Capricorn, welcome to your reading. This is intended to be a love reading, so keep that in mind. If love readings are not your jam, I apologize. They're not really my jam either, to be completely honest, but I felt like everyone seemed to be wanting love readings, and I figured we'd give it a go. I wanted to thank you personally. You're my first sign in this series for a reason. You guys really showed up for me with the last series, with the last round, and I see you and thank you. So happy Pisces season. We're officially in Pisces season now, and happy Pisces season to those who celebrate. I certainly do, because I am a Pisces myself. My birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm always excited about that. I'm a big birthday person. So Capricorn, once again, you're being honored with first position, because I wanted you guys to know that I am grateful for your likes, your comments, your subscribes. I love Capricorns. My grandma was a Capricorn. Amazing lady. Definitely a matriarch. Super, super independent and strong-willed. Definitely like a role model. So I named my daughter after her, actually. On top of that, since we're talking about love, my first boyfriend, as well as my last boyfriend, were both Capricorns. So there's that as well. So about the reading, I'm going to pull 3 cards, you versus them. In the middle is the energy between you two. So it's going to signify the circumstances, the characteristics of the relationship, whatever, however I interpret it, okay? So what's between you and them could be an obstacle. We'll see how it feels, okay? I'm going to play that one by ear. But basically, you, them, I'm going to read you on the left. Feel free to switch it. If you feel like you're the person on the right, always feel free to switch the energies. And if you don't like it, don't take it, okay? You can always watch your other placements. I recommend watching your moon sign or your Venus sign for love. If you don't know what those signs are, you can look them up with a free birth chart. There's a ton of different ones on the internet. You just need to know your birthplace and your birth time, which would both be on your birth certificate if you have a copy of that. Without further ado, let's get 3 cards, please. Can you show me Capricorn's energy? King of Swords, okay. Okay, give me 1 card for the relationship. What's between them? The Star. And 1 card for their person's energy, please. Okay, then. Can you clarify that for me, please? Come on, I need it to pop out. I'm seeing the 9 of Cups reversed. Okay, we'll talk about that. Thank you. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, okay, and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, first of all, I saw the 9 of Cups reversed as I was trying to get a card to pop out. But they were just kind of like wanting to fall out, and I don't like mixed messages. I don't like side notes or subtext. I want things to be very direct, and that's a message for you as well. So I saw the 9 of Cups reversed. When the Five of Cups came out for your person, I immediately got like alcoholism or recovery vibes. The Nine of Cups reversed would confirm that for me, so I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but we do have the Star between you, which could symbolize that a healing needs to take place here. Some sort of light needs to be shown on a problem that I feel like potentially was overlooked. And part of the situation could very well be that one or both of you, I'm feeling it over here the most on your person's side, just doesn't feel like you're within reach. They could feel like inferior in some way. Could have some sort of emotional problems, or they could just be healing themselves from something. Okay, you're coming out as the King of Swords. What do I say about that? I mean, not what I want to see in a love reading, okay? He's not fluffy, he's not nice. So for some of you, this could be a past person, unfortunately. I hate to bring it up, but I mean, the King of Swords can be like great. He can be great if we're talking about a career context, or if you need to give a speech, right? You're doing a presentation, or like I said, something in a work context. He can be great because he's good with his words. He's very logical and detached. Okay, so Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay, I will talk about that in a minute. So we have you over here in a strong position, but a position of detachment and just kind of coldness. I mean, the King of Swords is a cold person to me. Like I said, I don't like him showing up in a love reading. And I don't want to say, you know, like, get out of my love reading, right? No. Because like I said, the roles could be reversed here. With these two coming out together, I feel like, okay, if this is you, if you're the King of Swords, I feel like something you said could have really hurt this person's feelings. And you might have really hit a nerve, like you might have caused them to have some sort of insecurities, things like this. I also feel like, okay, this person might have come at you wrong. Like when I see the Five of Cups and the Ace of Wands, this gives me the vibe of somebody kind of approaching a situation with either too much enthusiasm, or potentially just too eager, right? Because I know Capricorns typically, obviously you're all different, but Capricorns typically can be very slow, right? They don't make quick decisions. They take it all in, right? And they can be very slow to like really commit to something because they're very committal, right? Because once they do commit, that's the decision. Correct me if I'm wrong. And like I said, this could be you. We did have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Five of Pentacles is underneath that. So I feel like depending on what side you're on here, this was an opportunity. It could have been, you know, it could have been some sort of like dream that you were hoping would come true, right? Like, I feel like one or both of you wished on a star. Well, this is between the both of you, so I feel like it's a shared energy of wishing on a star for this. But then when it comes together, it wasn't sustained. And I say that just because I see this person in the Five of Cups. So like I said, I feel like one or both of you need to heal either something within this connection or something from a previous connection. Someone here, whoever, well, maybe both of these people actually, because I could see that for the King of Swords too. Sometimes people who speak from a position of kind of being a know-it-all or an authority, taking things very, very logically, right? They're doing so because of a fear of being emotional, because of a fear of having to tap into this space within them. So they detach from the situation in order to kind of buffer any potential pain that they might feel or emotions that they might otherwise be investing. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I feel like someone dropped the ball here, okay? And somebody is insecure. Somebody doesn't feel like they can approach you. Like I said, I'm trying to read it as you being the King of Swords here. And if that's the case, I feel like somebody feels like intimidated, like they can't approach you because they just don't feel like they're strong enough, or they don't feel like they have enough, or potentially they feel flawed. Like I said, if they do have some sort of like past struggles or current struggles with addiction or even like trauma of some sort, then they might feel like damaged. Okay? The other thing that I keep avoiding talking about, I got this sense when I was shuffling, cards were falling on the floor. So many cards falling on the floor, okay? Like I was just trying to shuffle and cards kept coming out and falling on the floor. And I'll tell you what fell on the floor. First, it was the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. And then after that, the Two of Cups, and I don't remember, Four of Wands. And I made a mental note of that. The Queen of Swords, who's the counterpart to the King of Swords, okay, coming out with the Four of Pentacles. Once again, that could indicate to me a feeling of insecurity. However, it can also indicate that somebody is not speaking their truth. Someone is holding in their thoughts, their feelings. They're not speaking up. They're not taking initiative. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, by the way. These are both Aquarius cards. For me, the King of Swords is Aquarius, and so is the Star. Or you could just have those in your own chart, since that's the sign right next to you. So, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, but for some, I feel like this is a lack of someone speaking up, of voicing how they really feel, because probably they're scared. And I could go either way. I don't know who it is. You over here, supposedly in the King of Swords energy, being very stoic, being very cut and dry and, regimented and logical. Or this person here who feels like they can't really control their emotions so much. And I don't know if I finished saying this or not, but I feel like this person potentially could have kind of led with lust. And some people do that when they're in a place of insecurity or inferiority, right? They'll lead with sex appeal. They'll lead with whatever. They'll be overly flirtatious and suggestive, right? So that, how do I say? I don't want to insult anyone either if this is you, but for some, it's because they're afraid of actually being rejected for who they really are, like for their own personality and for, you know, the parts of them that actually have substance. So they keep it surface level and they keep things sexual and things like this as sort of a power dynamic, right? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like somebody might have approached you with that sort of energy, and I don't know if it went so well. And that, I think, could have led to a sense of regret, a sense of dropping the ball, a sense of not bringing the dignity to the situation that should have been there in the first place, because the Star card is a card of dignity, not really in definition, but certainly you bring that to the table when you're approaching the Star card. I mean, the Star card is wish fulfillment, right? Let me get a couple more cards. You clarify the Star. Queen of Cups, yeah. Can you clarify the King of Swords? Okay, High Priestess. That actually tried to slip out of the deck. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The High Priestess. The Seven of Cups. The Empress. Yeah, I feel like there's a lack of nurturing here, okay, on your part or someone else's part. I don't know, but the High Priestess, can I finish a sentence? The High Priestess was trying to come out when I was getting the King of Swords. I didn't take her because she wasn't coming out correctly. So I'm not surprised she's coming out here. You could be dealing with a Pisces, which I find, I mean, like I said, I dated several Capricorns, so I think it's a good match. But if you're into men, I don't know about all that, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would recommend a Pisces. A Pisces man. I don't know if I would. That's your discretion. Anyway, High Priestess, King of Swords, very detached energy. Very detached energy. Capricorn, okay. I'm going to take this as you. If it's not you, then I'm talking about your person, okay? Flip it. Whoever this King of Swords, High Priestess person is, they are holding in something. Like they're keeping, I think they're keeping their feelings a secret, okay? Point blank. I think they're keeping their feelings a secret. They're coming off very cold, very detached, not nurturing, and I don't know who it is that dropped the ball. Maybe both of you. But someone's dropping the ball here on a connection that if you nurture it, if you confront it, if you acknowledge it, could be your happily ever after. And I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of confusion right now because the Empress. There's like a lack of nurturing. One or both of you doesn't know whether or not to nurture this connection. And something going on here with this Ace of Wands. I feel like somebody is like disappointed or offended or something at the way that the other approached them. And I mean, just to speak for myself, I can understand that. Like, I will typically like flat out reject somebody who comes at me with like sex based conversations, things like that, because I have an Aquarius Venus, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Tell me who you are. What are you about? What's going on in your mind? What's in your heart? Are you even a good person? Because what you got going on the outside means nothing to me. Like, I do not care. Unless those other things line up. So I'm giving you that advice because you have the High Priestess and the Star card out here, which is my Sun and my Venus. So if it helps, there's that. But I mean, I feel like this could be you. You could be the one here who feels like a little cheap, like they approached you wrong. Something like this. And maybe it made you feel like less than, like it took you down a peg or something, thinking that someone would approach you like that. I can totally see that. But I mean, there's love here though. At least potential for it. Okay, you did get the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Those are cards of potential. Potential. But you have to grow potential. And as a Capricorn, you should know well about that, because Capricorns are very good at the slow processes, right, of growing. But you have to do, you have to speak up. You have to talk, you have to communicate, okay? Somebody's definitely not communicating. And it's coming up where you are. Okay? And if it's not you, I hate to put it on you as your responsibility, because I feel like this person is the one who should be speaking up. I feel like this person owes this person an apology potentially, but vice versa. Vice versa. Apologies need to be exchanged here. But overall, I don't think this is bad. It's just like a false start sort of energy. And I think that it could still be recovered, right? We have the Star and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups to me is a card of unconditional love, among other things. But this is a love reading, so. All right, let's get you an oracle and see if there's any further details or guidance that comes up for Capricorn spirit. Capricorn. Okay, so we're getting 3 cards here. I'm going to show you all of them. We're getting number 13. Number 24. And number 38. All right, give me a minute. All right, and then card number 13. All right, card number 13 here, the lady with the thread. Her keywords are productivity, control, and organization, okay? And it says it's about gathering of separate elements, people, or ideas from the everyday nuances of family dynamics to the management of corporate team. Yeah. I feel like this is kind of speaking to the King of Swords energy, okay? Whoever this is, whether it's you or them, I feel like someone is, yeah, be wary of over-controlling, micromanaging, or getting lost in the details. Allow each participant to contribute fully and not be undermined by one person's overall position. That's precisely the advice I think this King of Swords character needs, okay? That's exactly what I'm getting here. Like somebody approaching an emotional situation, right? A situation where you should be open and vulnerable and honest and real from a position of like micromanaging or like, you know, like a scheduling consultant or something. Like it doesn't fit. That's why I don't like the King of Swords in a love reading, because he just doesn't really make sense to me. There is no logic when it comes to love. Love is completely illogical. Okay? So in this card number 38, whoa, that's really close, huh? Is about inner peace, an instant in time, okay? Being oblivious to time and reality. I don't know, maybe somebody needs to hear this. It says, all worries, concerns, and negativity fade. In this captured moment of escape, there is only stillness and peace. Maybe there's a question of time, distance, or something like this, healing, that is being questioned, and I feel like this card is like green lighting any questions you have about that. I feel like if there's a question of like negative energy still existing or something like this, I feel like that energy has dissipated. Okay, this is the one I'm going to read you in full because this one called to me right away. Number 24. Letting go, offering a way out. It says, truly loving another means letting go of all expectations. It means full acceptance, even celebration of another's personhood. That's a quote by Karen Casey. So, have the courage to set it free. If it flies away, it was never truly yours. If it returns of its own free will, then you know for sure it was yours. Such is the old adage regarding a loved one. To truly love and be loved, love has to be given and returned freely and unconditionally. This image captures that moment of release. Will the butterfly return or leave through the open window? It is a poignant moment and one of courage for the girl who has released the butterfly but is herself a prisoner. Her scenario is symbolically represented by the chess pieces. The analogy of imprisonment can of course be applied to self-incarceration. We're often prisoners trapped in a cell of our own making, either by fear, perceptions of duty, or loyalty to causes or people. Whether caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any other circumstances can represent an emotional imprisonment as real as any barred window. Yeah. I feel like this person, okay, who's coming up as the person you're dealing with, I feel like this person's dealing with something like that. It's like there's some sort of imprisonment that they feel that they're in that's holding them back. Whatever that may be. Or take it for yourself if it's you. But I think this is very fixable. Okay, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful in some way. Love you guys. I will see you next time.